Okay, let's see if it works. I'm gonna load my stream. Work. I gotta refresh my YouTube page. I should be live. Hello everyone. I should be live. At least I hope so. Can you all hear me? I can hear myself on my second screen. Okay. Finally. Streaming after like 2 months of basically no upload at all. Last time some really lonely upload like once a week. Like, I think I'm going to start uploading more since MCC is coming back. Season 3 is 2 weeks away. MCC 29 on the 18th of March. Okay, so this stream will be basically answering your questions that you gave me. I set up a community post on my YouTube page, and I also asked on my Discord to give me questions so I could answer in terms of season 3 predictions. I think it's a total of 16 questions. Some of them have like multiple questions in them, so I think we should be done pretty quickly. I give it like an hour or so. Anyways, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. This is a pretty late stream as well, so I cannot like stream for too long, so how are you all doing well? Anyway, we should probably start. Where's the loud music already? Is the music too quiet? I can probably like turn it up a bit. If it helped. Okay, let's start, I guess. It's just the first question. I don't know why it's... Apparently I cannot move it. It's weird. How can I move it? Yes, apparently it's doesn't work. Oh, I was at the end. Never mind. Okay. First question comes from Expelli on my YouTube page 2 days ago. What newcomers do you expect to join in early season 3? So, I'm coming into this stream basically unprepared. I just copied the questions and put it there, so these predictions were pretty spontaneous. I haven't thought about them like for the other questions. I just all heard them and didn't really read them, so really my spontaneous thoughts about what's going to happen. So, what newcomers do you expect to join early season 3? Well, there are many players I would like to join, mainly from Hermitcraft and like from the HBG like area. But if I'm gonna be honest, like I don't really watch too many MC creators outside of MCC right now, so I don't like have too much knowledge about who's on the waitlist and so on. From the people I know and those which are not who are not in MCC, I think Wally Bear. I put him in my predictions. Apparently he's not on the wait list, but I would really like to see him in MCC. Also some speedrunners like Burway would really like to join. I would really like to join also the Color Crew, mainly Booster, Dev, and Kier. I know Booster probably wouldn't join, but I don't know. I would really like to see them all once again. I don't know if they will be teamed, but it probably wouldn't be teamed because the team is OP in every way. Like, if you take MCCR Cyan, Lucifer, Dev, Kier, and Yellow, it wasn't really such a like weak event. They had some competition, and when you look at how it ended, when compared to like JoJo, who's current S tier, finished like 6 or 7, I don't know, like with like 2.6 or 2.8k coins. And I think all of the Cyan MCCR except Booster outscored her. Considering how good JoJo is now, like when you take into consideration that JoJo is an S tier now, current MCC, and you have 3 players who outscored her in that MCC joining in and on one team, I don't think that would really work, to be honest. So if the Color Crew would join MCC again after MCC Rising, they would probably not be teamed together, which is something that probably may not, like, it may not really attract them into MCC and being separated, you know, like, they're really good friends and I don't really know too many people outside, like, I don't even know 5 of them, like, people like that, like, there's a lot of people they know that are not in MCC and I don't really have any big contacts. Well, of course I would like to see some smaller creators as well, mainly from the like MCC content creation side. I don't think I'll ever join MCC, to be honest. I'm just too small of a creator. I'd like to see like people like Wolfie, the used to be testers, so on. I would like to see Firebreathman, but I think we'll get to him later. Lockiness probably also we get them later, like people like that, like those who don't really have such a big audience. Joining MCC would really help them like in their growth and getting like more people to know them, because there are a lot of underrated creators who deserve like much bigger audiences, and I believe they should have a chance to compete in MCC. Okay, let's go to the next question. Who do you want most for season 3? This is basically a pretty similar question. Who do you want the most? So this will be my top picks. Of course, they won't be realistic because like who do I want the most? Of course, I would like to play in MCC. There's no question about that. Like, yeah, but that's not really how it happens. So I'm just gonna put my picks that I would really like to see in MCC season 3, but most of them, or maybe all of them, are probably not gonna happen. Well, aside from myself, would basically be my friends from MCC content creation side, like AJX. I would really like to see MCC. Like, even if he's not like too exceptional of a player, he's really funny and he's a really nice person. Like, I would really think that he would gel with most people. I would like, you could really put him in any team and have that team have good vibes. He's such a lovely person. Like, I team with him in an event. He's a good friend of mine. I would really like to like cooperate with him more, but yeah, he's really busy, so am I. I'm gonna have my skill finals really soon, and yeah, March is gonna be a really busy month. I'm gonna stream like 1 event, maybe 2, depends on if I get into another one. I'm not gonna stream my own event, but I'm gonna maybe stream 2 events I'm in. Those are called Minecraft Mania and maybe Pixel Champs if I get into those. I don't really know. I applied, but whatever. I think they're like 1 day apart, so 18th, basically 18th and 19th weekend will be 2 streams of mine plus MCC. If I get into Pixel Champs, obviously. I really went off topic. So who do you want the most? I said AJX, Lockiness. I think he's a really nice addition to MCC. As I said before, some MCC testers like Wolfie, I think really could be in MCC. Although, yeah, it's not about like who do I want in MCC season 3, because it's not really on me and it's not really on anyone's from MCC apart from like Scott and Nox crew. Mainly Scott, because it's Major decides the teams and he basically like bosses the whole waitlist thing. You basically have to like message Scott to put you on the waitlist to have a chance to feature in the future MCC. And I have like no reach to Scott. Like, the only communication between me and Scott were like on Discord. Like when he joined the MCC Discord, like for a moment, and he talked with people and actually replied to my message. I think that was like my only contact with him. Like, apart from him, I had like a bit of a chat with CPK on the MCC Discord a long time ago. And yeah, that's about it. I don't really think too many MCC creators watch my videos or like know about me at all. I'm not that small. Like, if you can take into consideration like the whole MCC content creator side, like you have, when you don't like count the whole thing MCC, because that's owned by CPK, and the MCC highlights this a group of people like from the singular creators like me, AGX, or Whitcord, Emily Be Normal, or like those Wolfie, whatever. those people, I think, should be in MCC just based on how much determination they put into the videos and how really integrated are into the community. Like, yeah, that's my opinion. I don't think they'll ever get to the MCC, but I guess we can hope so. Next question: do you think anyone will beat the current individual point record in season 3? The current individual point record is held by Technoblade from MCC4 at 430.07 coins, I think, or around that, like 4.3k, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, we came pretty close to it in season 2 with Sapnap in MCC 15. He was like one SG kill away from beating the record, and Dream stole one of his kills. So technically, Sapnap could have been the record holder right now. It's really pretty fitting for one of the best players in season 2. But when it comes to season 3, I have a really big suspicion that it's gonna be way more competitive. Like, there's gonna be a lot more competition among the best players. I don't think anyone will get above 3.5k consistently. My guess is that most first individual will come to the area of between 3k, 3.5k, like it used to be. Of course, Purple and Illumina had a really strong advance, like in MCC 28, when they both came really close to 4k. Illumina was like a few coins away from 4k also, so I think it's possible. Definitely not impossible, but I don't think it will happen. Like, in my honest opinion, the best season 3 score will be like 4k, maybe, if someone gets 4k. If not, it's probably like 3.8, 3.9. It's really tough to predict. Like, yeah, you're gonna have more games that you don't really know about right now. Oxford probably like many games in plan for season 3. I don't think they will come into season 3 without any new games. I think we'll get to my opinion on the games later on. It's my guess, because I don't really know the questions, but I don't think anyone will beat the current individual point record season 3. That's my opinion. Next question: do you think Kratzy will place first in teams or individual? I think he will place in teams, definitely. Individual, it also depends on how the event goes, because he's a really strong player in most games, but to get first individual, you also need to get a lot of coins in the individual games, like Easy Race or like Skybell and so on. I'm not saying he's not good at Skybell or Easy Race. He's pretty good at both, but you need to consistently score good points over the most high-scoring games to achieve first individual. Like you saw with Purple and Illumina, they got the most coins in the high-scoring games in MCC 28. They both didn't break 4k. Like, their events were pretty like they got top 5. I think both of them got top 5 in like Rocket Sleeve Rush, Ace Race, which are really high scoring games for top players. Sky Battle, which was really good for Illumina. Then we have Battle Box, which isn't really that high scoring of a game, but if you're a team that goes like 9 out of 9 with Purple, I think they got 9 out of 9 in the MC 28, if I remember correctly. Like, they were really close to 9 out of 9. Maybe they got 8 out of 9, I don't know. Whatever. I don't really remember MC 28, to be honest. Like, what other games were there? I don't think there were many team games. Probably the Rerunners. What else was there? There was no SG. SG is a good help if you want to get first individual. If you do well in SG, you have a high chance you get a top 5 individual. Like, except you had a bad event and then you could do good in SG, like in the last game, like regular Arcane, MCC 21 or whatever that was, 18 with Fruit Berries. Yeah, like, for him to get first in MCC, he would need a really strong team. and really good performances over the high-scoring games. I don't know how good Kratzy is at Rocket League Rush, because that game has been in like every MCC, almost every MCC in season 2, like ever since it got added. I don't think it was skipped or anything. It probably wasn't played in the non-canon events, if I remember correctly. But yeah, if I think it will happen, I think he will get first in teams. I hope Kratzy will get a good team. Him and Tapple are pretty balanced. Like, him and Tapple are really balanced as an S tiers or A+ tier or whatever. Like, they're overall too balanced, unlike some S tiers. Like, what teams Satna got in late season 2, not late season, late 2021, like MCC to MCC 19, MCC 21, like those teams were crazy. He came off like almost a first individual and a win, and he just got an even stronger team in the next event. Like, those times were crazy. So if Kratzy will get a good team, I believe he'll get first in teams, and an individual. It can happen. I'm not saying it cannot, but it can. Definitely can. Kratzy's a really capable player. He just needs to get a good score over all the high-scoring games, as I said before. I don't think he really hits at the levels of S tier in terms of like consistency and so on, but his mechanical skills and his overall like Minecraft skill is pretty high. I think he has the potential to get first individual. Now to the question if I think it will happen. I would say I don't know. I would say no. Actually, my guess it will come second or the third in one MCC or 2, and it will just be really close to first individual. But I don't think he will get it. Like, sorry, Kratzy fans, but I'm just skeptical about any new first individuals. Like, the competition will be strong, but considering just what are my thoughts about the future MCC, I think a lot of good players would join, and the competition for the top placements will just be too high. Yeah, let's go to the next question. Which team color in season 3 do you think will have the most wins? In season 2, I think it was like either aqua or cyan or orange, maybe. Like, those 3 colors were winning a lot. If I definitely not picking lime, because lime teams haven't won ever. Like, I don't think lime team ever won MCC. I'm pretty sure about that, and they don't really get into many dodgeballs, so 1 color out. From the other 9, I don't think pink will be I don't think it will be pink or red, because red and pink are usually not the dominant teams, but like the most hyped up teams in terms of like how hyped up they are. Not really just about the strength, but red and pink teams are mostly the content teams, the fun teams or whatever you call them. Like, so when it comes to the other 7 colors, aqua is a good bet, because you know aqua is gonna get at least 1 win with H-bomb. Whatever the MCC that will be, who knows. I don't know. I would say, let's say green. I would say green. I don't know why, but I have the feeling that green will get the most wins, like the green teams. So I see a question in chat: will Rambo get a win? I think he will get a win in season 3. I don't know when will that be, but you know, Captain was going for 2 seasons without a win, and eventually he got it, and I don't think anything is impossible. Like, Rambo joined MCC 15 and hasn't even been in dodgeball. You don't even really know how good in dodgeball he is. And maybe, just maybe, if he gets a good team, like if your team's in an S tier, maybe we're gonna have a dodgeball and get carried. I don't know. Anything may happen, to be honest. He just needs a good team. And I think Rambo teams aren't that good, to be honest. Like, from the late season 3, I don't think there were like many good teams. Like, his best shot at dodgeball was like MCC, I don't know, 18 Cyan, and it was like Sparkles, Wilbur, and Sneak. I think that was team. That was a pretty good shot at dodgeball. Yeah, he just needs a really strong team. That's basically what you need to get to dodgeball. And in dodgeball, well, you kind of need to have a good dodgeball player on your team. I think the easiest way for Rambo to get a win is to team with Sapnap. That's as easy as it is to say it. Just team with Sapnap, you have a really high chance of getting to dodgeball. And if you're in dodgeball, everyone just fears Sapnap. Even if Sapnap is not the best dodgeball player in my opinion, it's pretty solid. And just the fear factor Sapnap has in dodgeball, like whenever team faces Sapnap, it's just, yeah, we don't really have a chance, and so on. Like having Sapnap in dodgeball isn't just about his skills, but just how the fear factor works on the other team, and they really see a chance of winning when they see Sapnap or even Dream on the other team, right? So yeah, I think he'll get a win. I don't know when will that be. Maybe this year, maybe next year. I think season 3 will go for another 2 years like in season 2. So this year, 2023 and 2024, and then in the end of 2024 they'll probably do another break for MCC season 4. That's also a long future, so long into the future. I don't know what will really happen and how long MCC will be. I don't think MCC is ending anytime soon. The hype isn't as high as it's been in like early season 1. I don't think it really lowered to that point that MCC, like the Noxer team, would consider ending MCC. Like there are too many people just hyping up every MCC and looking forward to the next one. And you have a lot of players, like when you take the Twitter post from the MCC team when they announced the return of MCC season 3 and also the date of MCC 29, you have like 20 MCC players. I'm not even joking. Like every comment under posts are basically from MCC content creators and MCC players themselves, hyping up the event and saying how they look forward to it. So yeah. Okay, let's go to the next question. Will Anthros become an S tier? This is a really controversial question because some people already think he's an S tier. In my opinion, he's just lacking that first individual. I don't know if it should be a really metric, because someone who gets like, let's say someone gets like 3 second individuals in a row, are you not gonna tell, like, not gonna say that they're an S tier just because they didn't get first individual, you know? Alphas hasn't really been in top 3 too much, but I don't think he ever got top 3. I may be wrong. Like he got top 3 if I'm correct, like in Pride 22, when he teamed with like Tapple, Geezy, and Velvet. That team was pretty strong though, so yeah, I think he got like outplayed by Illumina and Dream, so he probably got like top 3 individual. Yeah, and Frost has the potential to become an S tier. If I think that will happen, I'd rather say, if he keeps up like these performances that it just brings his teams upwards, gets consistently like top 6 individual. Like when you take into consideration that I don't know if it was his last team or the second last team, the one before that, like his last team MC 28 when in purple, that was a pretty good performance. Like I think before that, when he teamed with Pans, I think it was like on some yellow or aqua team, he legit outplaced Pans, who is a pretty solid S tier on the same team. And that is something that doesn't really happen too often. Like the last time S tier got outplaced by non-S tier player was like MCC 7, which was Captain Fappy outplacing Fruitberries, which is pretty funny. Yeah, it doesn't really happen too often. If you think Anthros is an S tier already, it's a pretty fair point. I think he's quite S tier, like legit S tier. Like you have Quig, Fruitberries, Pete. You know, like Pete hasn't been really like dominant in season 2, but still an S tier. I don't think anyone doubts that. You have like Illumina, Purple, and yeah, you have a really solid player that are always up there. I mean, Amfrost just always like has some kind of performance that doesn't really feel like he's an S tier, but if he just keeps consistent top 6 finishes, like for example Apple in late season 1 when he got like 6th, 5th individuals, if he would just keep that for some time and get some like a 2nd individual or 3rd individual on pretty low place team, like also your team placements matter in your individual sometimes, like especially how you think about the players, like about their performances. Like a 2nd individual on the 1st place team feels way worse than a 2nd individual or like on a 7th place team, you know. Like I know Anthros hasn't really got too strong of a teams recently. He's been pretty balanced, like not just that badly as Apple and Kratzy, but yeah, he needs to have his teams place higher so he can place higher. Maybe that will make people think he's an S tier automatically. If he gets 1st individual, that's pretty settled. I think no one will doubt it's an S tier. Like with Jojo or Purple, they just needed a 1st individual. I think Purple was classified as S tier even before the 1st individual. I also thought Jojo would get 1st individual pretty soon, and that actually happened as 25, I think, on the green team, or was it 24-5? I don't really remember. It was a pretty strong team, granted, but Jojo did really well and deserved that 1st individual, and Jojo is a pretty solid S tier right now. So yeah, will Antros become S tier? That really depends on how his season 3 will go. Yeah, that's obvious to say. I think that will happen. Some people already think it's an S tier. I'm not really in that area, but I think the next event, if he's in it and gets like a top 5, I'm pretty convinced to call him an S tier. Like if he gets a top 5 on a like 8th place team, sure, like whatever. Okay, this is a next question, should be a long one. Who do you think will have Would you think will have the highest points average, the best performing player this season? I would put my bet on the Lumen. So, the highest point average or the best performing player? I think that those two are pretty much the same things, unless you take like the best performing player as the overall best performing player. You could say Sapnap was the best performing player and the highest points average was the Lumina. Like if you want to like say that, but Illumina and Sapnap were a really dominant duo in season 2. You can't really say the other one doesn't deserve the 1st place spot in terms of like ranking for season 2. I personally rank them pretty similarly. Like Illumina is more dominant in the individual games, but Sapnap was just winning dodgeballs every second event. Like it was just crazy. On season 3 will probably like be a battle between Illumina and Purple and maybe and other players like for the most dominant spot. I don't think Sapna will fall back too behind. Like he'll probably stick to the top 4 spot in terms of S tiers. I don't think he will really like be that dominant as in season 2, mainly because of the influx of S tiers. I think they will come into the event. My opinion is that there will be a lot of good players coming in the event, and Sapnap, he's cracked, but I don't think he's just on that level to remain that dominant as he was. Like sure, he's good, but I think his skills are a bit overrated in some areas. Like sure, he knows how to crit people, but critting people isn't that huge of a skill. Like all Sapnap does in most games, like he just runs into people and crit them out. Like if you have a player person that can turn that critting out and he can like stop your crit chain and start their own crit chain, and they're just doomed. Like I know there are many players who can just flawless Sapnap in PvP. I think like in terms of raw PvP, probably you have Fruitberries is probably maybe the strongest PvPer in the event, like in terms of raw PvP. who do you think will have highest point average? I'm gonna say Illumina still. I think Illumina will keep that spot. Just keep that spot. I don't think he'll be that dominant. Like Illumina got like 3.2k average over Sapna, which was also like 3.2k or 3.1k, and it was just a huge gap to Quig. So yeah, I think he will just keep that first place in the points averages, like for just season 3. I don't think overall is, I don't know, so overall the highest. I don't think it's Illumina, because Illumina in season 1 had just 2 really like underwhelming events. Like he was good in NCC 13, but it wasn't really that great of a performance, like if you take into consideration how good it is right now. So yep. And for the best performing player, if you take into account, let's say, Dodgeball, I would say that's the best performing player overall over the whole event. I would put my vote on Purple probably. Really with a pretty similar situation to season 2, with Sapna winning Dodgeballs and Illumina winning most individual rankings. I think it will be pretty much the same, although much closer than what it was in season 2 between the S tiers. So, do you think Fire Breath Man could make a return? I certainly think it could happen. I don't know when, but I hope it's in season 3. I really hope so. Fire Breath Man really could return. I don't know if something like, if he can, but I hope he will. So if I think he could, I definitely could. I don't know if it happened, but the question is if I think it could happen, and I think it could. So it's the question settled. Will Fundy return? This question is pretty tough to answer because I don't know what's happening to Fundy's life at the moment. I know it's focusing on his business. He doesn't really have time for MCC alongside his business, and he's also still doing YouTube. So maybe he will return. It's up to him, basically. Yeah. It really depends on Fundy. No one sees inside his head. No one really knows what's going on in his life apart from him. So it's really on him if he will return. If it comes to my opinion, I don't think he will return. That's the sad truth about my opinion, but I hope we will, but I don't think he will. That's basically my answer. Next question. Lockiness for season 3. I read this question because it comes from a good friend McFaman, but yeah. Lockiness of season 3. I talked a lot about him in the previous questions. Basically, I want him to get to season 3. I don't really think it's too realistic. I know he's a really funny and a really nice guy, but MCC, I don't know. It may happen. I'm open to surprises, but I don't think it will happen. I really hope so, but I don't think it really will. Whatever, let's see. I'm not really a fortune teller, although my season 2 predictions were pretty right, so if I say Lockiness will be in season 3, then I have a pretty high chance of it becoming true, so I will say Lockiness will debut in season 3. Let's see if it becomes true. Okay. Next question is, will CPK become S tier? This is a pretty similar question to the Enforce one. And CPK is a really solid A tier, A plus tier, let's say, right now. I don't really think he's gonna become S tier. He puts a really a big amount of time into getting better. Like, he's been doing that for over a year, maybe 2 years. Like, he's improved a ton since MC season 1 and the level he was at. Now he's a pretty solid A plus tier. I don't think he really is at S tier level. I think it's really close to being there. And if it will happen in season 3, I don't really think so. I think he will stay like around the area of A+, like getting a few top 5s and getting some wins, but I don't think he will carry the teams with foreign individuals and getting top 3s or whatever. I think he will be solid, but not quite S tier. Unlike Aspros, I think Aspros could become S tier. Like, I think Aspros has a much bigger chance of becoming S tier than CPK. The next question is from Discord, because those last three questions are from Discord. Okay, let's skip the teams announced ones, so let's go straight to the general ones. What duos do you want to see in MC29 season 3 as a whole? So MC29, I predicted some teams already. I hope you saw the video. I don't really think those teams will happen, but I just made them based on vibes, and honestly, I really like to see the duo of Tapple and Filza come back. I know Timmy meant to team in MC28, and it really just went badly as Tapple's internet just went gone. And, it was a sad side. I then switched to Illuminous POV and he just dominated the event. But it would be really nice to see Tapple and Filza come back. From other duos, basically I'm a Tapple watcher. I don't really watch too many other POVs. If I do, it's basically because Tapple is not in the event. I'm just gonna name some Tapple duos. Like, I really like to see Tapple teaming with some of these HBG companions. I don't know how to say it. Basically from the S tiers, it's Fruit, Illumina, and Pons. I really like to see him team with those three, especially with Pons again. I don't really think MC16 was that representative of how good the event could have gone. MC16 was just sad because that was the announcement of Techno's situation on his diagnosis, and it really hurt a lot of people, especially Tapple, his close friend. It was really hard to see him struggling in the event as he was coping with pressure and he just couldn't really handle it. So I hope really that duo will happen again under better circumstances. Well, that's my hope. Do you think the way the teams are announced are going to be like MC14 custom format? I don't think that will happen again, like the portraits or whatever those were. Like MC14, when they were first announced, they seemed really cool, but like when they realized that the artist has some issues, like I don't really know the background of I think the artist who made the MC14 pictures wasn't really like trustworthy, or he made some, like I don't know what gender, I'm just gonna say they made some questionable decisions and statements, and basically I think MCT learned from that to not really let random people they haven't really checked out from inside out to make the teams like custom formats. I think they will just be skeptical about how bad it went in MC14. I don't think really people hated the formats. I think they were really cool. Unfortunately, it didn't really continue, but I don't know. I don't think it will happen, but it would be really cool to see some custom formats. Like the current ones we have are pretty stale. They're just pretty repetitive. Like whatever, see just profile pictures. They don't really have the feel of like excitement and so on. Like every time I like look back at the MC14 custom format announcements, I just get hyped about like the teams and so on. Like they really look cool. So I really hope they would try it again, maybe with a more trusted person doing the custom formats for the players, but I don't think it will happen. I think MCs took the chance, tried it once and didn't work out, so they will probably not doing it again. Okay, what are the newcomers you want to see? I think I answered this question many times in these streams already, so I'll just skip it. Some other season 3 related questions. Do you think any of the old games will come back, like Rock, Sleeve and Parkour Warrior Death? From the old games that are in the event, basically you have I'm gonna leave the my bad on the new game, the old new game, the last. So you have Food Race, which became Ace Race, so Food Race is not coming back. Skyblockle, which is now Sky Battle, so Sky Battle is not coming back. You have Parkour Warrior, which came back, revamped, and then you have Bingo, which was previously Lockout Bingo and then Bingo but fast. I really hope Bingo will make a return in whatever shape or form it will be. I don't know, but I really hope Bingo will come back. I just really like the game. I really like the idea of Bingo, the uniqueness of the game. I really like the watching teams in Bingo, no matter how good they were doing. It was just fun getting the items, speedrunning and whatever. I really like the idea of Bingo. I hope it will come back. I don't know in which form it will be, or it could be, but I hope it will happen. Anyways, do you think any games will reworked? If yes, which one in particular do you think it will be? I don't know. Aside from Bingo, I don't think any games will get a rework. Like, I know a lot of people are wanting a build mart rework. I don't think it's necessary. I think build mart is pretty good in the current state. Like the center island with the build mart itself and the islands you need to go to get the materials. I think it's pretty good way to improve build mart over season 1. I think the season 2 build mart has no issues. I don't think it really does. I don't think the changes are necessary. I think they are working on some changes because build mart hasn't really been since like MCT22. I know, like it's been a long time since build mart was played. I think build mart probably will get a rework. I don't think it's necessary, but it will probably get one. Do you think any games will be removed from the roster? For the games we have currently, I don't know. I don't think any games will be removed. Like, yep, Sky Battle that's not getting removed, Battle Box not getting removed. Survival games could be removed, but I don't think MCC would allow that. Survival games has just too big of an history in MCC. It's been 2 seasons of SG, and there are a lot of SG lovers and a lot of SG haters, and I get both sides. Personally, I would really like to see a change to SG, like having it 2 rounds, or like try to change the format. Just one format which basically makes the team that does the best get so many coins over the bottom teams. If you take any SG, you have the first team doing like infinitely times better than the last team, and the last team, which is dice first, just don't have anything to do for the rest of the game. They just look at everyone else killing each other. They don't really have a chance to do better in round 2. So I think SG could get a rework actually. Like if it would change SG to 2 rounds, I think that would be a solid change. And I don't think any case will be removed. Like you have the team games, the Sands of Time is never getting removed. Build mart will not. I don't think build mart will get removed. It will probably get reworked, but not removed. Rerunners is staying. Meltdown is staying. Rocket Splitters is staying. Parkour Warrior is staying. Parkour Tag is probably staying. I hope they don't remove Parkour Tag, because yeah, you have Parkour Warrior back, but I don't think Parkour Tag removal is necessary anyway. So okay, you have Ease Race that's not getting removed. Hole in the Wall, I don't know when was the last time Hole in the Wall was played. Also they kind of fixed almost all the problems except the pistons and the glitching, but the glitching can't really be fixed because it's mostly a ping issue. Like the Australians mainly are visibly glitching through the walls. People with just bad internet connection, like Noxthrough cannot really do anything about that unless they would disqualify people, which is stupid to be honest. Because disqualifying people because of their bad ping isn't really in the place. I think there's a possibility Hole in the Wall will be removed out of all the games there are. Like Hole in the Wall is probably the most likely to be removed. I hope it won't happen because I don't really mind Hole in the Wall. I'm just vibing through it when it gets played in the event. I don't really dislike it, even if the player I'm watching doesn't really do well in Hole in the Wall. It's not really that bad to watch the other people. Then I think it's pretty good for the viewer. It's not as exciting as the other games like Sky Battle or whatever, but I don't think Hole in the Wall should get removed. But if I'm picking one game for the removal, it will probably Hole in the Wall. I probably skipped a game I didn't mention, but I think I mentioned every game to be honest. But okay, I think this was the last question. Okay, that's actually okay, there are 2 more questions. Okay, who's the best S tier? I don't think this question really suits MC Season 3, but like I said, for Season 3, I think it will probably be a battle between many S tiers, and as I predicted, I think Illumina will have the best average for Season 3. And if you have like the best S tier overall, I think that will be Purple probably. What's your favorite MCC team? I think this is pretty known among my bigger fans who know how much I love Apple and how much I love MCC 12 Green. Like that POV is something I would watch probably daily if I had the time to. Like rewatching MCC 12 will never ever make any negative emotions in me. It just always improves my mood. Also MCC 15 could be also in the contention, but that was, I don't think MCC 15 hits just as hard as MCC 12, because MCC 12 was obviously a winning team, and the emotions in Apple's screen was just saying how funny was the fact that his monitor turned off right after the win, so he couldn't see the podium, and the fact that the coin was floating above them and so on. He couldn't really take the screenshot. He just stood there, didn't really see like what was going on, and just took the screenshot for the Twitter announcement. You know, SC 12 Green was just it's just as always good memories from it. I don't think any team comes in close to that, like in terms of just how much I enjoyed watching that event. I know MCC 12 wasn't the best event for many people. Like outside MCC 12 Green, there weren't many POVs to watch. Like I don't think there are many POVs that were as fun. MCC 12 Lime could be said. We could say MCC 12 Lime was also good because they also got dodgeball. I watched that POV and it wasn't that bad, but MCC 12 Green was just too good. I have watched many POVs, but I don't think anything comes close to MCC 12 Green. I'm just biased. Yeah. What's our favorite MCC? Well, that is kind of the thing along my favorite team. I think it's still MCC 12, even though there were probably more MCCs like in terms of whole entertainment. But my favorite moment from MCC is MCC 12 Green winning dodgeball, and as a whole, MCC 12 Green was just so good to watch that it made the MCC just favorite for me. From the other events, I could say that MCC 15 was a pretty good event, like from my viewer's perspective. MCC 17 was also good. I watched Third Berries that event. What other POVs were there? I actually don't remember like any POVs that just hit that hard. Maybe MCC 13 Teal also. I really liked it. MCC, like from all the sides, like there are many teams to watch, so on. Well, I would say MCC 12 just because of Green. I'm just biased, so that is my opinion, so whatever. Okay, how many MCCs there will be for Season 3? Well, this mainly depends on what the format, because last Season 2 it was kind of like every month there was an MCC. And I think there were many months that were like no MCC or 2 MCCs. Just every month there's an MCC. If you count, there's 2 years, plus the break between January and March. Also, this we have MCC in March, so let's say 2 months get out. You have 10 MCCs this season, and 10 or 9 maybe next season. So I would say my guess would be 19 MCCs for season 3. Then we'll just move on to season 4. I hope MCC doesn't die by then, but I doubt that will actually ever happen. MCC probably will have an end, but I don't know when will that be. Probably not too soon. Whatever. Some newcomer predictions. I already talked about this. I could see some many cool people coming in. I don't really know too many people outside MCC, like from content creation side, apart from those I know like indirectly, like from the MCC content creation side. Like the MCC content creators, I know some of them really well, but other than that, I don't really watch many streams or content outside MCC. Maybe, like I said, the color crew, I hope they will be there, but I don't think that will happen. So if it comes to predictions, I don't really have any predictions, to be honest. I don't know who could make a debut, because from the season to newcomers, before they got to MCC, I had like no idea who more than half of them were before they were in MCC. So like I have a pretty small chance to predict anyone. Okay, will Bingo return? I talked about this before, but I really hope it will return in whatever way. I just really like the idea of Bingo. I really like watching it. I really like playing it. I really like Bingo. It's just too unique and combines the skills that are not in the other games, like parkour, PvP, or whatever. I just like the idea of Bingo. Just really fun. I hope it will return. If it will return, like my opinion, if it actually will happen, I'm gonna say yes. I'm just really hopeful for Bingo to make a return in whatever shape or form that will be. I don't know, but I just hope that will be the case. How many new games will there be? If you count Bingo, which I already predicted, I'm gonna say like 2, maybe 3 games. In season 3 we had like rewound Parkour Warrior and Request Split Rush, but you cannot like count those as new games. If you take only new games, you have Returners and Meltdown, like from the new games for season 2. So if you don't count Bingo as a new game, so we would say, I would say 2 games as well from season 2, maybe 3. I'm gonna actually say 3, that Noxer will actually bring more ideas for season 3 than for season 2, considering I already said I predict 19 MCCs in this season, so there will be plenty more time to actually realize these games and test them and put them into the event. Well, as season 2 lasted from MCC 14 to MCC 29, which was about 16 or 17 MCCs. So if season 3 is longer, there will be more time for new games to be added. So I just hope there will be like 3 new games. That's my prediction probably. Why should watch Saga and MCC content? Well, that's probably on you. I don't really think my content is the best among the MCC content creators. I just do what I find fun, and I'm just doing it in my free time. I got monetized, but since I couldn't really fill out the text, whatever lists, or I don't know how it's called, like I'm not really good with taxes, and I just didn't fill it out, and it just I got my monetization gone, so I don't even earn money or anything. I'm just still doing it for fun. I don't think this will ever become a job or anything. I'm just doing it for hobbies. And if you find this hobby of mine entertaining, if you find my videos entertaining, then I'm just happy. I'm just happy I can entertain people and make them not bored in whatever time they're in. Like if you're watching my videos, whatever, in the toilet, I hope you're having a good shit. I don't know. I just hope I make some people's day better, and That's all I want to do in this, like have some fun and talk with people, get to know new people, and cooperate with the community more. That's my aim for my channel, and it's been like that for forever basically. Even when I got monetized, I didn't really change the like my how could I say it? My attitude towards like content creation. I still uploaded like the same way. I made the videos the same way. I just always put the same effort into them. Of course, there are some times when I upload less and less because I'm either busy or I'm just not feeling the motivation anymore, but my aim and my goals are still the same. My goals are basically entertain people, have fun, and that's basically it. I don't really have any high goals for this channel. I don't think I'll ever reach any bigger highs. I'm just happy I can entertain some people here already, and the community I have, I wouldn't really change it for any other community. I love my community. And even though we've been through really hard times, I just hope I made some people's days better. And whenever people are feeling down or whatever, I'm just trying to be there for them always. Despite I'm not really having the best time in my own life a lot of the times, but that's not really a surprise, as a lot of people are struggling nowadays. But yeah, I just hope people are feeling better with my contents existing. That's about it. Yeah, I think this was the last question. If you have any more questions, you can ask them right now. I don't think there are many people in my chat anyway right now, so if I'll give it like a minute. If there are no questions, like no additional questions, I'll just close the stream. Pretty late also, so I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you were there for the whole time, I really appreciate it. I planned this stream for like 3 days or 4 days maybe, like since Wednesday or Thursday. I planned this stream actually for Friday, but I had to delay it by 2 days because I was really busy on Saturday and I couldn't really make it on Friday, so yeah. Okay, I don't really see any new questions in the stream, so I was gonna say thank you for coming to the stream. I hope you enjoyed it, and whoever's watching the video like after the stream, thank you for watching it till the end. See you next time, I guess. Okay.